Hi, I'm Brian, and I'm the voice of the Wizard of Oz in the audiobook The Fairy Tale Patient.
Hi, I'm Glinda, and am not the voice of Glinda in the audiobook The Fairy Tale Patient. Am the voice of Dorothy Gale.
Together, we're happy to be your host and discussing this podcast, the idea behind The Fairy Tale Patient.
The Fairy Tale Patient is a reimagining of The Wizard of Oz, blended more into the 3D reality as Dorothy Gale would put it.
More of a subtle reality as psychologists would put it.
Exactly. Yeah, and The Fairy Tale Patient is a fan-made audiobook created, written, produced, recorded, and directed by author Harish Chidambaram.
That's right.
You know, author Harish Chidambaram has written a lot of books previously.
Yeah, about 20, I think.
20?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, his books are more into spiritual fiction, you know?
Right.
More like grounded characters.
Yeah.
It has the genre of sci-fi and fantasy.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's interesting. I think this is his first ever audiobook.
Yeah?
Ever published.
Uh-huh.
Not only, the fan-made audiobook, also the first ever audiobook he has published.
Speaking of which, what was the idea behind The Fairy Tale Patient? If you can explain it to the podcast listeners?
Right. The Fairy Tale Patient is basically our reality.
All right.
You know, Dorothy Gale is in the world of magical realism.
That's right.
Here, our version of The Wizard of Oz, magic doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
That's the idea of the show.
Yeah?
In our version of the show, Dorothy, as originally written by L. Frank Baum, lives in Kansas.
Yeah.
She grows up with Auntie M as per the original version.
Right.
She also works in the motel owned by Auntie M.
Yeah?
Just like some of the television reimagining of the show projected.
Auntie's Motel.
Auntie's Motel. And Aunt thinks she's a Waco because she talks about these weird flying monkeys and Munchkin Land, Wizard on a Balloon, the Lollipop Guild.
Right.
And she sends her to a therapist, which is read by you.
That's right.
And he probes into the lives of Dorothy, talks to his friends, Auntie M. Where does she get these weird ideas from?
Uh-huh.
Especially when she says Dr. Osborne is a wizard and his wife Glinda is a fairy.
Yeah, come to think of it, it's a common scenario prevailing with many psychological patients.
Mm-hmm.
They imagine these people who may or may not have existed in their lifetime or maybe even previous lifetime. So I find out how she has been hallucinating.
All right.
Which we're not going to reveal it to you in this podcast.
We're not. You'll have to listen to the audiobook. Sorry. And Harish Chidambaram has previously written some really good gripping fictions.
His fictions are usually dramatic and cinematic with stunning description of visual effects and in-depth detailing of mentioning the city, the looks, the stunt sequence. Pretty much like a film, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and this one is really something out of the box for his genre.
All right.
A psychological fiction.
Uh-huh.
He has written some psychological superheroes before, like Shiro, and some therapy sequence mentioned in his other books.
That's right.
But magic exists in those worlds.
Yeah?
This world he has written is something that believes magic as such do not exists.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing a fairy tale from a hyper-realistic, magically stunning world to a non-magical universe, that's pretty challenging task. And he has put it in such a beautiful way.
Very beautiful way. And this is the first track-setting audiobook completely made with AI tools.
Which also includes AI voice actors who are very expressive in their delivery of dialogues. Like us. Hoo-ha-ha.
Don't forget to listen to our audiobook on Video Box Entertainment.
The name is The Fairy Tale Patient. Again, it is The Fairy Tale Patient, the Wizard of Oz story. A fan-made audiobook by author Harish Chidambaram. Fan-made. I need to specify that to double-check them.
Don't forget to share our podcast and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Be sure to hit the bell icon, and if you have no clue of finding our audiobook in your recommended row, go to YouTube search and type The Fairy Tale Patient, a Wizard of Oz story by author Harish Chidambaram.
Or you can type Video Box Entertainment and click the channel. Also go to the videos bar where you can find the audiobook absolutely free.
Thank you so much for tuning into our podcast for today.
This is Brian signing off.
And this is Glinda. Much, much joy to you.
Well there, joy to you.